What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again with another health and wellness video. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in. Today we got a very special video for you all. I've been taking all the questions that you guys have been giving me for the last few weeks, and the number one question that I get is, what is your inspiration to start this health and fitness journey? Well, the inspiration is actually right by my side. Miss Erin is right here with me. We're doing our first collab today. Erin, how are you doing today?
I am great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely. So what I'm going to do for you guys today is we're going to do a little interview. I want to share Erin's story with you, ask her a couple questions, typically questions that I would get, but with relation to her journey. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Can you tell me a little bit about My Level 10 Life?
Sure. My name is Erin. I'm the creator and founder of My Level 10 Life. I also have a YouTube channel over here on YouTube, and I'm over on Instagram. But I lost 150 pounds after having gastric sleeve surgery, which is weight loss surgery, about 3 years ago. It's almost my 3-year anniversary. And when Chris knew me, we met 12 years ago. Yep. We both worked at the same place, and I actually trained him. He was a new guy, and we became friends, have been friends for 12 years. Lost touch for a little while. Well, we were still Facebook friends, but Chris was always a big inspiration to me. When I first met him, he was heavier, and he told me, I'm gonna be a bodybuilder, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
All right. I mean, I don't really know any bodybuilders. That's pretty cool. And Chris went on to have an amazing transformation. I would literally hide my Pop-Tarts when he came around. Yes. He was so inspiring. That's a true story.
That is a true story, actually. Yeah, no.
And so I was very unhealthy when we were working together. I weighed about 250 pounds. I was pretty unhealthy. I'm only 5'3", so I'm not very tall. And Chris trained me for a while. Yep. He tried anyways. But the problem is you can't really make a change until you're ready. Yep. And I had to walk through a lot of fire before I could do some changing and come out of it. So fast forward, I guess 12 years, I've lost 150 pounds after my surgery. I've been maintaining it, which is hard. I think a lot of people don't realize that 1 in 3 people regain their weight back after gastric sleeve. So it's a very intentional tool, and you have to be really mindful of that and have a lot of changes, a lot of lifestyle changes. And he said I inspired him, but the truth is he's always inspired me. No, when we reconnected a few months ago, I thought, oh my gosh, like I finally get to tell Chris I'm not fat anymore, I'm healthy. And I thought, oh, I was so proud to tell him. And I actually had thought about you over the years. I thought, man, I wonder what Chris would think if I showed him a picture of me now. Like, he remembers the Erin at the worst. And so yeah, that's kind of my story. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's just, now even just hearing you talk about it, just all the whole journey. I mean, it's just crazy, especially with you having all the challenges you face and be able to get to where you are today is nothing short of amazing. Staying on that topic though, challenges, different types of journeys that we both took, and we all have different challenges that we kind of deal with. Can you maybe share a couple of your biggest challenges? Because this is obviously like a 3-year journey you talked about here. A lot of steps along the way, a lot of road bumps and everything. Yeah, share a little bit with us.
I think one of the biggest struggles is that when people undertake like a huge weight loss transformation, they don't realize that life doesn't stop and give you grace so you can go through a transformation. You keep getting punched and you got to roll with the punches, and that's where it makes you strong. And so on this journey, my dad passed away, my brother passed away, we had a significant job loss, we lost our home. There was a lot of things that happened along this way, and old Erin would always go back to food. And then I struggled with food addiction. That was the second challenge. And I had to relearn new habits and not go to food when times got hard. And I think probably the third challenge was cross addiction, from food addiction to alcoholism. And 6 months into my weight loss journey, I became an alcoholic and had to get sober. And I've been sober for 26 months now. But that's been a really big intentional decision, because addiction is just a horrible disease either way. And so just because we have this tool doesn't mean that we get to, live life in the rainbows and unicorns. We still have to work so hard at it. And so those, I think, were the 3 biggest challenges: are food addiction, dealing with loss and life struggles, and alcoholism. Yeah,
man, it's crazy, because now you think about, like, it reminds me of my own personal addictions, even like starting my weight loss journey. Some of them you wouldn't even think that like they would be an addiction. Like I remember when I first started myself, I just got into this journey, followed a plan, and I ended up losing like 72 pounds in the first 3 months, and change a couple things to make some more progress. And I was super excited because like, oh yeah, I'm just losing all this weight so quick, so fast, like it's great. And the crazy thing about it is it's not about how fast you lose your weight. It's about just doing the steps that you need to do it right and healthy. And a lot of people oversee that. They just think about the scale, and yeah, it's just not the right way to go. But let me ask you this, okay? Throughout the course of your journey, like you said, you had a lot of challenges, you had a lot of struggles that you had to face here. What are maybe a couple of things that you utilize yourself to kind of help you stay on track to kind of see your journey through?
Definitely having a support group. I don't think I could have done any of this without having a support group. Intense personal self-growth and development, personal growth and development. That's something I work on every single day. Every single day I listen to podcasts, I watch YouTubers, I, lean on like friends for support, always try to learn, always try to I've been picking your brain like about protein and vitamins and things like that. Always be learning, always be developing, and really get to know yourself from the inside out on a deep level. And so many of us have a lot of past pain and trauma that we're wading through, and we are using food as a coping mechanism. Yeah. But being brave enough to uncover those things and really work through them in a safe place, and be intentional about doing it daily, so that instead of turning to food, you're turning inward and saying, okay, how can I help myself? What decision can I make today that's going to put me towards my goals tomorrow? What's going to help me level up? And I think just being incredibly intentional and mindful and having support is crucial. Yeah,
most definitely. Let me ask you this here. This is a random question. I don't know if you've ever gotten this from your community as well. One of the things that I generally ask every single person when it comes to interviews, when I'm talking about video games and whatnot, is like, throughout the journey, throughout the process, there's a lot of things we learned along the way, and kind of wish we knew that we could utilize, maybe at the start to kind of help us out. If there was like one thing you wanted to change about your progress, about your journey, what would it be and why?
I think it would have uncomplicated everything.
Hey, I like that answer.
Think it's so overwhelming when you have this mountain of 150 pounds to lose, and you're just like, you don't want to screw it up. And you kind of feel like it's a race. It's not a race, by the way, but you feel like I have to do it fast. But really it's a lifestyle journey, so you have your whole life. Right. And people think, well, I have to do it in a year, or I have to do it in this time. I just say, take the timeline off and simplify everything. So don't think I have to eat this particular diet or this particular brand. Just get to the basics. Eat real food. Eat real food. Eat real protein. Yeah. Drink water. Yeah. I mean, it's so basic, but it really is basic. And so for me, I was like, well, what are the best water enhancers? What are the best proteins? What are the best... And then you get so overwhelmed that you turn to like a bar or something, because you can read the ingredients on it and it simplifies it. But really, if we just took the time to do a little meal prep and just kind of go back to the basics on everything, just put your shoes on, go for a walk every day, pour your water in a big bottle every day and be committed to drinking it. Just keep it so simple. I wish I would have just uncomplicated everything from the get-go. I think that's the one thing I want to go back and do.
And here's the funny thing about it, to kind of share a story with you guys here. Obviously we kind of have our own structure for everything that we do when it comes to food or water intake, everything, right? And the one thing that did as I came over to visit Erin at her place was, what are you doing this weekend? What are your meals like? What are you gonna do? And I said, Erin, like, I'm not even trying to stress right now. I just want you to make what you make. I'll work with it, because you eat real food, you eat your wide variety of stuff, you make your showcase, it's colorful. Like, I know that whatever you decide to do is gonna be fine. And yes, we might be, keeping track of our weight and stuff like this and that, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. As long as you're making the healthy choices, trying to do what you gotta do to make yourself stronger than the previous day, that's all you can ask for, right? So one of the things that I love to finish off my videos with is the number one take-home message. Like, if you had the one tip or the one thing that you wanted to share with the community, especially for all of my lovely ladies out there that are looking to make a kind of journey alongside you, what would you share with them? What's the one thing they want to take away?
I would recommend that it starts with you. You can get really lost being a mom, being a wife, and really struggling with identity. And one of the things that I lost along the way was myself, and I had to really work on first loving myself and showing up for me first, because you can't pour from an empty cup. Even as a parent, as a spouse, it doesn't matter if male or female. If you don't take care of you, bottom line, you can't take care of anyone else. And if you don't love yourself, you can't really love other people on the level that they need to be loved too. So it starts with you. First, love yourself.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, one thing that I wanted to touch base on, we're going to obviously have all of her links in the description down below so you can get connected with her. But your community is outrageously big, and it's not just, you know, the people that have, you know, gone through bariatric surgery, just people that overall need help, need support, and whatnot here. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, is when somebody comes at you and they're like, hey, you know what, I like what you're doing, I see, I'm enjoying everything about it, like I want to get connected, I want to make some changes, like where can I start? Like,
oh, okay, well, if you are serious about losing weight or even weight loss surgery, I do have a private community over on Facebook, but not everyone in there does bariatric surgery. Right. Some people are just researching it, and they want to start living the lifestyle, the healthy lifestyle, the healthy habits, the healthy challenges. And maybe, and actually probably 20% of them in there aren't even doing bariatric surgery. They just want to follow what we're doing and get on track and have good habits. So it's not all weight loss surgery related, and I don't do a lot of macros and like fitness as much, but I work on the inside work. I work on the hows, the whys, dig deep into the root of things. You know, what can we do to stay on track? What can we do to live our level 10 life? Right. And so you can plug into that community over there. I also have an email list you can get on. We can maybe put that link down below. Oh yeah, well, and you can follow me on Instagram and YouTube, but just plug in if you are looking into a major weight loss transformation. It's incredibly powerful. I did this to be healthy. I lost my dad 3 years ago to heart disease and diabetes at the age of 61. Incredibly young and incredibly stolen fast. And I didn't want to live that life. I didn't want to be diabetic. I was almost 300 pounds, and I didn't want to have diabetes, heart disease, and all the issues that my dad struggled with. And I wanted to live my best life. And so I made a lot of changes, and it didn't happen overnight. It's taken 3 years to get here, and I'm never giving up. It may take me another 30 to even get sharper, but I'm not giving up. So right.
And just to kind of finish off that segment, like I said before, we've known each other for well over a decade now, being able to work together and whatnot. And I've seen Erin, you know, have some true ups and downs when it comes to it. But at the end of the day, if she is truly able to get to where she is today, after all the struggle she went with, her and I both know that you guys can too. So I highly encourage you to go ahead and check out her YouTube channel, check out all of her social media. We'll leave the links in all the description down below. Miss Erin, thank you so much for being a part of our channel.
Thanks for having me.
Dad. Thanks for having me at your house. Oh my goodness, can you guys see this right now? This is crazy. So, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. One of the things that she asked me, like, maybe like 2 or 3 hours, or no, actually it was yesterday. She asked me, like, what do you want out of this? What do you want to do? And I'm like, I'm basically just like, I just want to, you know, be able to do this full time. I want to live the life that you're doing. I basically want to level up. That's the kind of goal that I want to do. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's your boy Childish and Miss Erin with Childish Plays checking out. Take care, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.